We just finished out our 2-day event here at True Forge Fitness with the Warrior Calling team. And one of the biggest things that we worked on was the Modified PST, and this is something new for Naval Special Warfare candidates. It's a longer screening test than a normal PST. This is ultimately going to help them be ready for selection. The regular screening test, the normal PST, has a 500-yard swim with no fins, max set of calisthenics, and a 1.5-mile run. And it's not a very good indicator of someone's overall ability to be ready for a pipeline. So we're building that into their training as a test gate, 1,000-meter swim, max calisthenics, and that 4-mile run to further prepare them so that when they get to selection, they'll already have this test under their belt and they know what their scores are and how they can push themselves to be effective at this new test gate. For the 1,000-meter swim, you want to focus on your technique, building endurance. Ultimately, you want to be faster than 18 minutes on a 1,000-meter swim with fins. 20 minutes is challenging, 18 minutes is the cutoff. We want to be greater than that, faster than that by the time you show up at selection. Use the big muscles in your leg to kick and point your toes behind you. If for some reason you run up against a cramp because you're new to swimming with fins, it's either in your foot, calf, upper leg, wherever it might be, you guys can stop what you're doing and use your fin, and you can stretch the top of your fin back, pull on that, try to relax your muscles best you can, stretch it out, and then do the same thing again. Try to stretch it out using your hand, pulling on your fin to stretch it out. Calisthenic numbers. You want to be better than 86 push-ups, greater than 86 sit-ups, and be able to do more pull-ups than 16. So cutoff at the entrance numbers are going to be 86, 86, and 16. So goal numbers are going to be 90 to 95 push-ups, 90 to 95 sit-ups, and 20 to 25 pull-ups. Those are challenging scores, but those are top-tier scores that you want to put yourself into and be ready for before you show up to selection. Now I'll show you right now what these guys have done at the event. Let's swing it over and check out their scores from our Modified PST today. So today we had the Modified PST, and so I've put the scores up on the board to show how each person did during the different portions. So we had a 1,000-meter swim. After the 1,000-meter swim, we came out and knocked out calisthenics, came back to the gym. So we had beginner level and then intermediate level scores here. So we had 29, 78, 85, and 34 for push-ups, sit-ups, 45, 61, 64, and 41, and then pull-ups 5, 12, 16, and 8. And then for the 4-mile run, because we only did 2 miles, the cutoff was 16 minutes, and the times we had were actually fairly good, even though it was hot out. We had a 13:42 for a 2-mile, a 14:19, and 16:10. This new PST should be a wake-up call. They're sending guys away from selection because they show up with scores that are not passing. They're showing up unprepared, and ultimately this is a test gate, and if you don't pass it, you won't even class up. And it's gonna be a lot of frustration, and you're gonna end up having to spend a lot of extra time training hard. If you show up unprepared, you're not gonna be able to pass this test, and ultimately you might not even class up. So it should be a wake-up call to everybody to, number one, train for the new standard, train to exceed the standard, and ultimately be ready when you show up so that this isn't something new you've never done before. If you're training for a screening test and you're confident in your commitment level and you're ready to push to the next level, I encourage you and invite you to join us at our next event. We have these events for our team members every month here at True Forge Fitness, and we're gonna work on these. We're gonna go through a Modified PST to get you stronger and faster and build your endurance, and ultimately get you ready for the selection pipeline. So I invite you to join the team, show up to the events, become better, join your brothers, start watching your scores get better, and become more confident so you can show up and crush your pipeline.